degree. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Sipping and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda degree, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea.
Let's go.
Sip with me.
Get in here,
Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling 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 and sipping this tea.
One more time, gang.
It's Yolanda degree. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping 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 this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda degree, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea.
What up, y'all? What up, gang?
Spilling this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea.
What up, Diamond Gang? What's up? I'm back like I never left, and I'm on my Epstein shit again. Listen, so much has happened. We're going to start off tonight with Prince Andrew, but we're going to take it some other places. I don't know if y'all know or not, but Les Wexner went in front of Congress. Guess what? The DOJ, Trump and them told the Republicans not to show up. Y'all know who Les is, right? That was Epstein's right-hand man. He got over $1 billion off of Les. Epstein did. So this man know more than a little bit. And also, the DOJ got caught deleting files last night. They were deleting files. Anything that had anything to do with Trump was deleted. Anything that had anything to do with Trump. So we're going to get into that. And then we're going to get into Trump as well. I'm going to read off what was in those Epstein files about Trump and that 14-year-old girl tonight. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break that down. So let me pull up my screen. And we're going to start with the prince getting arrested. He getting ready to tell y'all. I got a feeling he getting ready to tell. Let's go.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, has reportedly been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office.
Janley Painter joins us now with the breaking details. Janley, he's in trouble.
Now, when it comes to the former prince, we're going to get into a bunch of things with him. I'm going to show y'all what happened to his family once he got stripped of his titles. They all had to get the hell out that house. But his brother's taking care of him, y'all. So he all right. Let's go.
That's right. Hey, guys, so police say they took the brother of King Charles into custody on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Officers reportedly arrived at the royal estate in eastern England earlier this morning to make the arrest of the former prince, who turns 66 years old today. Andrew is in custody, and investigators are carrying out searches at addresses in Berkshire and Norfolk. Police are releasing this statement in part, without naming Andrew, by the way, saying, quote, following a thorough assessment, we have now opened an investigation into this allegation of misconduct in public office, an offense that carries up to life in prison in the UK, by the way. We're still waiting more details of this breaking news, but this comes after Andrew was stripped of his royal title last October over ties to convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, and after
I also have 2 emails from the former prince to Epstein that I will read off tonight, along with that FBI case on a 13-year-old and Trump.
Valley Police said they were assessing a complaint over the alleged sharing of confidential material by the former prince with the late sex offender. The former prince has consistently denied any wrongdoing. Misconduct in public office refers to, quote, serious, willful abuse or neglect of powers relating to the role of public office. We shall see what comes of this. It's a developing story, as you guys know, so we'll keep our viewers updated as the morning progresses. For now, I'll send it back to you.
I have no recollection of ever meeting.
Now, remember, gang, this is him lying about Virginia. Now, I'm going to show this clip quite a few times.
This lady. None whatsoever.
You don't remember meeting her?
No. That couldn't have happened because the date that is being suggested, I was at home with the children.
No, you wasn't. You wasn't at home. No, you wasn't.
You know that you were at home with the children. Was it a memorable night?
On that particular day that we now understand is the date, which is the 10th of March, I was at home. I was with the children. I'd taken Beatrice to a Pizza Express in...
His girls is grown. They still consider themselves princes. They do not work. They don't do shit.
Working for a party at I suppose, sort of 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Why would you remember that so specifically? Why would you remember a Pizza Express birthday and being at home?
Because going to Pizza Express in Woking is an unusual thing for me to do.
Photographed on all fours over a female in the Justice Department's most recent release of Jeffrey Epstein's
Now, this is what I'm saying. This is the evidence that they got on him. Emails and everything else, and he's still denying no wrongdoing. They think that he gave Epstein information.
Emails. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was arrested at Sandringham, the private estate of his brother King Charles, about 3 hours north of London, on suspicion.
Y'all hear that? That's where he stayed. His brother, once he got kicked out, his brother is now paying for his life.
Andrew, as trade envoy in the 2000s, shared confidential information with Jeffrey Epstein about investment opportunities around the world, including Afghanistan and Hong Kong. In a statement, police confirmed, "We have today arrested a man in his 60s from Norfolk and carrying out searches at 2 addresses. He remains in police custody and will not be named." Andrew has vehemently denied any wrongdoing whatsoever since he befriended Epstein in 1999.
I have no recollection of ever meeting this lady.
Listen, do y'all know Virginia did get a settlement amount from him? She got a settlement from him.
Including knowing Virginia Giuffre, who accused Epstein of sex trafficking her as a teenager. She took her life last year. Today, her family released a statement saying that Mountbatten
This is from her family, her brother.
Windsor was never a prince. He was stripped of all royal titles last year and has been under mounting pressure to testify in front of the U.S. Congress.
How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein?
King Charles and Queen Camilla earlier this month said they stand ready to support the police in their investigation. British Prime Minister...
This is what I want to know. You stand ready to support the police, but you got your brother. You're taking care of your brother. He's living on your property. You're paying for his lifestyle. Come on, man.
Keir Starmer applied political pressure.
Everybody is equal under the law and nobody is above the law, and it applies, and it has to apply in this case in the same way as it would apply in any other case.
What's your reaction to your brother?
Now, this is later on today. After they gave their statement, they ran into the king. He had nothing to say.
Brother's arrest, sir. Sir, what's your reaction to your brother's arrest? Any reaction to your brother's arrest, sir? Stop.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, has lost his title and his Windsor.
Now, damn it, gang. This is going to give you, we're going to get into a breakdown to what happened to him once they stripped him from his title.
Home. This is what we know so far and what we're still to find out. Buckingham Palace announced on Thursday that Andrew would lose his prince title and that he would no longer live at Royal Lodge, a 30-room mansion near Windsor Castle. Instead, he'll move to a property on the Sandringham estate in Norfolk, which is privately owned by King Charles, Andrew's older brother. It's understood his accommodation will be privately funded by the king. His ex...
Privately funded. Now look at his ex. They all got put the hell out. They all got put out this gas.
His wife, Sarah Ferguson, who was also living at Royal Lodge, will also have to move out and find somewhere else to live. Their daughters, Eugenie and Beatrice, who are currently non-working royals, will hold on to their titles as princesses. According to Buckingham Palace, even though Andrew's no longer a prince, he's still 8th in line to the throne. We're yet to find out whether there's going to be further investigations into Andrew's behaviour. Virginia Giuffre, who claimed...
We're going to also go over the penalty. In other countries, it's severe for stuff like this.
She was the victim of sex trafficking and abuse by convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein, said she was forced to have sex with Andrew on 3 separate occasions. He has always denied the claims. Her family welcomed the king's decision to remove Andrew's titles, but say they want more to be done.
He needs to be behind bars, period.
It's unclear when Andrew will move out of Windsor, but royal sources have said it won't be immediately, and instead as soon as possible and practicable.
Could Andrew Mountbatten Windsor face a life sentence?
Now this right here, we're going to get into this. This is going to break down what he could potentially, what he can be facing, what he can actually be facing, y'all.
In prison. Police are investigating him under one of the oldest common law crimes, misconduct in public office. It carries a maximum sentence of life in prison.
Did y'all hear that? He could literally get life in prison. Life.
Andrew has not commented following his arrest, but he has previously denied all wrongdoing. So why this charge? It's all about his time as the UK's special trade envoy. Police allege that he shared confidential government documents and sensitive trade reports with Jeffrey Epstein. To win a conviction, the prosecution has to prove 4 things. He was a public official and he was acting as such. He willfully neglected his duty. He did it to such a degree that it abused the public's trust. And lastly, if the first 3 tests are satisfied, the police will also have to consider whether he acted without a reasonable excuse or justification. The public trust is the key. As a trade envoy, he was representing the British people. If he used that state-funded access to help Jeffrey Epstein's business interests, then...
Are y'all listening? This is crazy.
That is the definition of a breach of trust. It is worth noting that Andrew has not been arrested in connection with any of Virginia Giuffre's allegations or any other allegation that has been made in the wake of the release of the Epstein files.
So these are the only charges that he's facing, that he may have shared information with Jeffrey Epstein.
Today's arrest is concerned only with his conduct when serving as a trade envoy. Today is his 66th birthday, and he will spend it in a police cell.
Look, y'all, this is him leaving. He was released.
There you go.
So he's out, and he's home. Now, this is the messages between him and Jeffrey Epstein. Tell me, y'all, this sound like they was in a whole relationship. He said, so helpful. I will bring something in case of all contingencies, but principally cold. See you tomorrow afternoon. Really looking forward to seeing you and spending some time with you after so long. Some interesting things to discuss and plot. Signed, the Duke of York. This is the email between them. Hold on. This is another one. I am going to offer this elsewhere in my network, including Abu, I don't know that last name, but would be very interested in your comments, views, or ideas as to whom I could also usefully show this to attract some interest. I have sadly already found out that Gates Foundation doesn't do anything for Afghanistan. So this is him and Jeffrey kicking it, talking, kicking it and talking. Now this is we're getting ready to get up off of him. We're getting ready to get into the DOJ. They got freaking caught last night deleting files that had Trump's name on it. Anything that had anything to do with Trump was deleted last night. Let's go.
Spread the word. Follow for more.
Treasury's Epstein.
Now, let me tell y'all, first and foremost, Trump is trying to say that he had no ties at all to Epstein. Give me 1 second, because I want to make sure my Aaron clip. Okay, I'm going to play it again. Uh-oh, I probably went too fast. Sorry. Yeah, I sped it up too much. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Give me 1 second.
Privately funded by the king. His ex-wife.
Let me bring it back up. Okay, we'll stop. All right, after these emails, then my boy Aaron, we're going to get into that. That's him with Melania, all of them, Jeffrey Epstein. Like, it's like
there is no single person that was more involved in providing.
Sorry, we're going to get into sorry, I thought this was the clip with Trump, but no, we're going to get into Les Wexner. Now, he sat with Congress yesterday. They told the Republicans not to show up, but this is going to be in details, Congress telling you guys just how connected Les was to Epstein.
Providing Jeffrey Epstein with the financial support to commit his crimes than Les Wexner. That is already as we all know, in the public record. We've also directly heard from survivors about Mr. Wexner, about his involvement, and their concerns as to the enormous amount.
Remember, I told y'all Les was the one who put Jeffrey Epstein on. He gave him over $1 billion. There, like they said, there would be no Epstein Island if it wasn't for Les.
Of money that was essentially transferred over and paid to by Mr. Epstein. To be very clear, we know of approximately over $1 billion, it looks like. It's about $1 billion that was either transferred, provided in stocks, or given directly to Mr. Epstein by Wexner. Now, it's important to note that Mr. Wexner appears to be unaware of much of the money, as he claims, that was given over to Mr. Epstein. In fact, it's interesting that Mr. Wexner has already begun to clarify in his mind that somehow he and Mr. Epstein weren't even friends.
Now, all of those years, he met him back in the 90s. He's trying to claim that they're not friends, and that Jeffrey Epstein basically stole that money from him.
We should be very clear that the two were very close per reporting. They spent a lot of time together. Mr. Wexner admitted that he traveled to both Epstein's island as well as his other properties. Mr. Wexner also admitted that Jeffrey Epstein had access to a lot of Mr. Wexner's wealth. And when asked even simple questions, even as it relates to Mr. Epstein being...
Now, mind you, y'all, Les is in his 80s. That's why they went to his actual home to do this. They went to his home to do this on his property.
Co-president of the foundation that established the area that we're in today, Mr. Wexner had little to say. In fact, it's clear that Mr. Wexner is trying to downplay how close Jeffrey Epstein and Mr. Wexner actually were. And we should be very clear that there would be no Epstein Island, there would be no Epstein plane, there would be no money to traffic women and girls. Mr. Epstein would not be the wealthy man he was without the support of Les Wexner.
Now listen to this. This is the details of the meeting. It was in New Albany, Ohio. They literally sent out a bird call and told the Republicans not to show up.
Not a single Republican showed up to the House of Representatives deposition today of Les Wexner in Ohio.
This was Epstein's right-hand freaking man. Right-hand man.
The main benefactor, the main money supplier of Jeffrey Epstein. The House Oversight Committee conducted this deposition of Wexner today in Ohio. Not a single Republican Congress member showed up. They have completely abandoned even the pretext of conducting.
Now, mind you, they didn't show up, and they were secretly deleting files yesterday.
Further oversight and investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking ring. They were ordered by Donald Trump and MAGA Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House. Do not show up. Do not be there at all. Don't even lend your presence to this deposition. Now, a lot of
I'm going to go back. I'm going to show y'all that. Let's go.
They have completely abandoned even the pretext of conducting further oversight and investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking ring. They were ordered by Donald Trump and MAGA Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House. Do not.
There we go. Not a single Republican member showed up for the deposition of Les Wexner today. Not one on Epstein. They want this shit to go away.
Show up. Do not be there at all. Don't even lend your presence to this deposition. Now, a lot of bombshells at this deposition. Les Wexner, who's now 88 years old, admitted essentially that he had given Jeffrey Epstein about $1 billion over the course of his lifetime. He tried to frame it as he was duped by Epstein, and
That's what I'm saying. How was you duped by Epstein all these years? You had no idea. That's a damn lie. A lie.
Epstein was a con artist, but then Wexner admitted in his deposition that he believed he was in rooms with Donald Trump and Epstein at potentially beauty pageants and Victoria's Secret shows, that he was at the island. And then when it came to critical details about girls and what was going down at the island, what was happening in these meetings with Epstein and Trump and others, he just conveniently did not recall. As Joe Khalil explains, Les Wexner said under oath that neither the FBI nor the DOJ even ever sought to question him regarding Epstein, per the Democrats who sat in. So no questions by the DOJ when.
Did y'all hear that? None. No questions by the DOJ. This was his right-hand man. This man knew a lot. It was in a lot with Epstein.
And several Epstein victims publicly have alleged Wexner's involvement, and FBI documents list Wexner as an Epstein co-conspirator. Folks, the cover-up.
Co-conspirator. Let me take that back. He's listed as a co-conspirator.
And that he believed he was in rooms with Donald Trump and Epstein at potentially beauty pageants and Victoria's Secret shows, that he was at the island. And then when it came to critical details about girls and what was going down at the island, what was happening in these meetings with Epstein and Trump and others, he just conveniently did not recall. As Joe Khalil explains, Les Wexner said under oath that neither the FBI nor the DOJ even ever sought to question him regarding Epstein, per the Democrats who sat in. So no questions by the DOJ when several Epstein victims publicly have alleged Wexner's involvement, and FBI documents list Wexner as an Epstein co-conspirator. Folks, the cover-up gets worse. Let me show.
Listen up, gang. It gets worse.
Show you what Democratic Congress member Min said when he announced after the deposition that not one Republican Congress member showed up for this deposition of Les Wexner today. Let's play.
Again, y'all know why they ain't show up. They want this shit to go away. They're done. They're not releasing anything else. They're done with this shit.
This clip.
It is very frustrating the fact that there are no Republicans here today. I wish there were Republicans, because sex trafficking should not be a D versus R issue. It should be a bipartisan issue. Everybody should be invested in finding the truth right now. And the fact that we've had so little cooperation from the Republicans on the House Oversight Committee, that the DOJ has actively tried to obstruct this investigation, that is shameful, and it will go down as a permanent.
Pam Bondi, she riding for Trump's ass. She gonna ride until she found herself locked the hell up. I'm telling y'all, it's coming.
Mark on the records of people like Pam Bondi and Donald Trump.
Next, here's what Democratic Congress member and the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee for the Democrats had to say following this deposition. Here's what he wrote. Today's deposition made one thing clear. There would be no Epstein, no island, no planes, no money to traffic girls without the financial assistance of Les Wexner. We are committed to ending this White House cover-up, which protects criminals and billionaire benefactors.
We have some.
All right, gang. We getting ready to get into Donald Trump's ass. We getting ready to get into it. And I'm going to read that report of that 14-year-old girl.
Pretty big developing news this evening. It appears as though the Department of Justice is actively deleting and taking down files related to interviews associated with allegations against the President of the United States. Horrific allegations made against the President of the United States. So remember Roger Sollenberger, that reporter who
Let me say this, trigger warning on this part.
Broke the news that the FBI actually did conduct an interview of an accuser of Trump's? Well, this is from Sollenberger this evening. He says that the FBI interviewed the woman who claimed that Trump forced her to give him when she was in her early teens and punched her in the head at least 4 times. But the DOJ's file associated with those records has apparently been removed. And the question is, why? Why is the DOJ removing a file associated?
Again, he punched
We have some
her
pretty
in the
big
head.
developing news this evening. It appears as though the
Allegedly, Trump punched her in the head.
Department of Justice is actively deleting and taking down files related to interviews associated with allegations against the President of the United States. Horrific allegations made against the President of the United States. So remember Roger Sollenberger, that reporter who broke
Sorry, y'all.
The news that the FBI actually did conduct an interview of an accuser of Trump's? Well, this is from Sollenberger this evening. He says that the FBI interviewed the woman who claimed that Trump forced her to give him when she was in her early teens and punched her in the head at least 4 times. But the DOJ's file associated with those records has apparently been removed. And the question is, why? Why is the DOJ removing?
The DOJ and Trump was busy last night. Do y'all hear me? They was busy all day yesterday.
A file associated with interviews the FBI did with an accuser of the president's. What is the DOJ trying to hide this evening? Why won't the DOJ provide more answers as to the allegations against the president of the United States of America? Spread the word. Follow for more.
Treasury's Epstein file details.
Now, this is just how much money Trump made. 4,725 wires to Epstein, totaling over $1 billion. But he keep calling this man a creep, and he ain't have nothing to do with him. And he keeps saying he's been exonerated, which is a lie. That's a lie. Let's go.
Details, Mr. President, 4,725 wire transfers. Let me repeat that. 4,725 wire transfers, adding up to nearly $1.1 billion flowing in and out of just one of Mr. Epstein's bank accounts. If you ask me, that is more than 4,000 potential lines of investigation right there.
Period. Period. Just based off of those wire transfers alone, they should be investigating Trump. And they're not. They're not.
Hundreds of millions more flowed through other accounts. That's even a lot more to investigate. The file shows that Mr. Epstein used multiple Russian banks, which are now under sanctions, to process payments related to sex trafficking.
Remember, I told y'all that man's estate right now is sitting at $120 million. He had close to $500 million when he died. It is going out to the survivors.
A lot of the women and girls he targeted came from Russia, Belarus, Turkey, and elsewhere.
A new batch of files from the Epstein investigation has been released, and they contain some serious accusations against the president. A complaint submitted to the FBI by an alleged victim claims that Mar-a-Lago was host to auctions of underage victims. The anonymous filing claims that Trump himself would...
And this is what I'm going to read. I'm going to read this, what's in here tonight.
touch the victims' private parts. They claim that Trump assaulted them when they were just 13, and that Donald Jr., Eric, and Ivanka Trump, as well as Elon Musk and Ghislaine Maxwell, were present at these events. This is a breaking story.
I'm just devastated of what's happened. He's been a friend for a long time. A great guy.
Was he at your wedding?
Great guy. He was at my wedding.
Okay. Y'all see that yellow up there? That's part of that report, what was in the Epstein files. And I'm getting ready to pull that shit up right now. And I'm going to read it. Trigger warning. Trigger warning, y'all. Hold on. Before I play this, I'm going to read part of what's at the top. I'll read that first. And hold on. All right, at that very top. Hold on. And this is what's in the Epstein files. Let me blow it up. Donald Trump, the president. Hold on. I had to make it a little bigger. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago, called it Calendar Girls. Jeffrey Epstein would bring the children in, and Trump would auction them off. He measured the children's, and I can't even say that, vaginal areas. That's what I'll say. By entering a finger and, hold on. I don't know what that. Oh, and rated the children on tightness. He rated the children on tightness. The guests were elder men and included Elon Musk, Don Jr. Trump, Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump were there. Attorney Alan Dershowitz was there also, with attorney Bob Shapiro. We were taken in rooms, forced to give oral to Donald J. Trump, forced to allow them to penetrate us. I was 13 years old when Donald J. Trump raped me. Ghislaine Maxwell was also present. Y'all see that? Okay, let me play this. There's more.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my fifth.
You hear that? You hear that?
14th Amendment right, sir.
Do you hear that? All right. Now I have the screen. If y'all want to get screenshots of this, y'all get y'all screenshots, because I'm going to read off the next page of what he was doing. Okay, I'm going to pull this up, y'all. It's tiny on the screen, but if y'all want, blow it up. Blow it up. All right, I'm going to read some of this. Now, some of this is blacked out. It was redacted, and I'm going to say maybe this is a survivor, or, you know what I mean? One of the women's reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. Now we're going to go, if I could take it back, I just played what Aaron said about that girl. And I'm going to take it back since there's 84 in the building. I'm going to take it back to Aaron. Let's take it back. Give me 1 second. And I'm going to let y'all hear it again. This is matching up. Matching up. Here we go. Here go my boy right here. Hold up. I did it too quick. Hold on. Let me take it back. I'm going to let y'all hear it. Let's see.
Who broke the news that the FBI actually did conduct an interview of an accuser of Trump's? Well, this is from Sullenberger this evening.
Listen
he
up,
says
y'all.
that the FBI interviewed the woman who claimed that Trump forced her to give him when she was in her early teens and punched her in the head at least 4 times. But the DOJ's file associated with those records has apparently been removed.
Again, for the people that's just coming in here, the DOJ freaking last night was deleting files, anything that had to do with Donald Trump. Do y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? Last night they got caught deleting files. No, none of the Republicans, Trump told the Republicans, do not show up at Les's meeting. They didn't show up. They was busy trying to hide shit last night and yesterday. Let's go.
And the question is, why? Why is the DOJ removing a file associated with interviews the FBI did with an accuser of the president? What?
And again, I said this the other day. The FBI said that this witness was credible. Credible. The FBI did no investigation. None. Let's go.
is the DOJ trying to hide this evening? Why won't the DOJ provide more answers as to the allegations against the President of the United States of America? Spread the word. Follow for more.
Treasury's
All right.
Epstein
Let
file
me take it back.
details.
I'm going to finish reading y'all what's in yellow, because there's a lot more of what he supposedly did, allegedly. So I'm going to take it back to the yellow part. So if y'all want to get y'all screenshots, get y'all screenshots. Let me play this.
Opposed to auctions of underage victims. The anonymous filing claims that Trump himself would touch the victims' private parts. They claim that Trump assaulted them when they were just 13, and that Donald Jr., Eric, and Ivanka Trump, as well as Elon Musk and Ghislaine Maxwell, were present at these events. This is a breaking story.
I'm just devastated over what's happened. He's been a friend for a long time. A great guy.
Was he at your wedding?
Great guy. He was at my wedding.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
Now listen.
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
Y'all hear that? He refused. Okay. Hey, this is the part. I'm going to stop it. Let me take. Oh, shoot. It went down. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me stop this.
So why Hillary Clinton? It's because
Let me stop this. I'm going to read this. Hold on. Let me get my picture out. All right. So, and I'm going to start it from the top. At the age of 18, while modeling, Collar attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. Now, this is the FBI's report. And you know what? Let me take it from the very top. Okay. Reported, that name is redacted. Let me take it back so y'all can see the picture. So y'all can see exactly what I'm reading. Reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on Donald Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. At age 16, while modeling, Collar, now this is another report, attended 8 parties. This Collar attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. Hold on, I gotta blow this up. On one occasion, the Collar said she was sexually assaulted by Epstein. On another occasion, 2 twin brothers, Alan and I don't know who that, Orrin. I don't know who that is. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can find Trump in here again. Okay, so Collar stated that Orrin raped her best friend, and a third brother, Ty, raped a 14-year-old girl named, and they got the name redacted. Collar named other individuals involved in big orgy parties with her, other young girls and older Victoria's Secret models, including, it's saying, Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Okay, so it says, this is the third complaint. Online complaint reported she was a victim and a witness to sex trafficking at the Trump golf course in Rancho, California, between 1995 and 1996. Complainant reported that Giselle Maxwell, as the madame and broker for the sex parties, clients of whom included Epstein, Robin Leach, and Donald Trump. He's all over this. He's all in these files. Okay, let me read this last little bit. Complainant reported participating in orgies and that some girls went missing. Rumored to have been murdered. Y'all, I'm not saying the word, but it's murdered. What rhymes with murdered? And buried at the facility. Complainant reported being threatened by Trump, then head of security. If she ever talked of what went on there or who she saw, she would end up as fertilizer for the back 9 holes like the other cunts. Wow. Okay, so he basically threatened her and said, if you tell this, I'm going to do something to you. All right, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
I'd like to answer that question, at least today. I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
Paperwork again. Get y'all screenshots if y'all want it. Look at that. I'm not going to read all of that, but that's even more. That's like, he swear he's never been around me.
And Bill and Hillary Clinton, it's because they're trying those.
And in just those 2 pages, he was named 4 times. 4 times for 4 separate incidents, but they're not investing. They said that the one witness, the 13, 14-year-old girl, it sounded legit, basically. But the FBI never did conduct the investigation. Hold on, gang.
Allegations of Donald Trump raping children, of Donald Trump threatening to kill children. So I encourage the press to go look at these allegations. And I'm highly disturbed that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche just got the law wrong. Yesterday, he said essentially that it is not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, that's actually not correct. If Jeffrey Epstein was human trafficking minors for these sex parties, and you show up and patronize the establishment at that party, yes,
for the people
you're guilty, because patronizing is.
What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that just because you party with him, you're not guilty? Or do you think that they are? Castro's, hold on, let me see this. Can y'all please hit the like? Please. Castro's grandson said, guess who's back? Back again. Text our friend. Castro's back. Okay. All right. Let me finish playing the rest of this. I thought you had something to say or something to add to the conversation. I think that if you patronize, you're just as guilty, especially if you know that they are mine.
Is part of the law, of the federal sex trafficking law. So Deputy General Todd Blanche just got that wrong, which maybe explains why they aren't investigating all these folks, including Donald Trump. He needs to read the law and investigate these people. He also needs to resign, not only for not knowing the law, but a massive, not only screw up, but the biggest privacy violation in history. They release a lot of pictures of minors unredacted, just violated the privacy of these girls. It is uncalled for.
Again, y'all know why they did that. Scare tactics, intimidation tactics.
What they did, the one thing that they could not do under this law was to invade the privacy of these women now, who were girls at the time, who were victims of sex trafficking. Also, he met with Ghislaine Maxwell, moved her to minimum security prison, and then got a puppy for her. So for all those,
y'all hear that? Now this is Trump. He swear that he's been exonerated. Exonerated.
So Hillary Clinton said in an interview today that she
I want y'all to hear this.
Are getting pulled into the Epstein matter to divert attention from you, and that your administration has something to hide. What's your response to that?
I have nothing to hide. I've been exonerated. I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. They went in.
So for the people that's ratting for Trump, y'all hear what he's saying? Y'all seen what I showed y'all, and y'all hear what he's saying. He's blatantly lying to y'all.
Hoping that they'd find it and found just the opposite. I've been totally exonerated. In fact, Jeffrey Epstein was fighting that I don't get elected with some author, a sleazebag.
Listen to this.
And I've been totally exonerated. No, they're getting pulled in, and that's their problem. I don't know. They got to see what happens. But I watched her in Munich, and she seriously has Trump derangements in.
He's deflecting. He's deflecting.
She should publicly testify.
Yeah, I've been totally exonerated on
You ain't
Epstein.
been exonerated.
It's
Nowhere
really
in that paperwork does it says that. He said that mess today. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. Exonerated. Hold on, guys. But the great spills the tea. Diamond Gang. Here's what he said.
Big overseas today. The former Prince Andrew arrested by the police there, related to something with Jeffrey Epstein. Do you think people in this country, at some point, associates of Jeffrey Epstein, will wind up in handcuffs too?
Well, I'm the expert in a way because I've been totally exonerated. That's very nice. So I can actually speak about it very nicely. I think it's a shame.
Again, he said this today. He's been exonerated. That's a lie.
I think it's very sad. I think it's so bad for the royal family. It's a very, very sad. To me, it's a very sad thing. When I see that, it's a very sad thing to see it and to see what's going on with his brother, who's obviously coming to our country very soon, and he's a fantastic man, king. So I think it's a very sad thing. It's really interesting because nobody used to speak.
I did not get a chance to research this, but they're trying to say that if he attacks, that they supposedly got compromising videos and pictures, and they're going to release them. Iran, they're going to release them. Allegedly. But we'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. So, but I'm going to look at a couple comments. That video that I just was playing, that's about to end. So I'm going to go ahead and take my screen down and read some comments. Where are the people at? I normally have hundreds in the chat. Let me see. Let me take a look. Anybody, if you want to come up, speak, I will drop the link. All you got to do is say drop the link, and I'll drop the link. You said, let's see, folks are just as guilty as they were during the R. Kelly and Diddy situations. Absolutely. Absolutely. They are. It may be a lesser charge, but they should have said something. Yeah, hell yeah, they should have. But birds of a feather flock together, y'all. Okay, Alice, you said BS liar. Who's the liar? Me or them? You think Trump or me? Who's the liar? He went way back. He's been knowing Jeffrey Epstein since the 90s. Since the 90s. Now you want to say you had no type of, nothing was going on with you two. Okay, Trump. Okay. Okay, whatever you say. Whatever you say. But Diamond Gang, I think I'm going to do one more live on this. And it will probably be the multiple interviews of Jeffrey Epstein. He was a pure narcissist, I normally go 45 minutes. I'm a little over. We almost at an hour. If nobody want to come up, add to the conversation, I'm going to go ahead and close out. I want to thank you guys for coming through. However, I do think that it's coming to it, unless something else happens, it's going to slow down, because the DOJ said that's it, that's all. You're not getting anything else. Unless some type of scandal happens, it's going to cool down. You want me to drop? Okay, I'm going to drop the link. I got somebody that want to come up. Hold on, gang. Drop this link. Come on up. All opinions are respected here. You just can't be disrespectful. That's all. Hold on. Uh-oh. I think I put it twice. Here it comes. Go ahead and hit the link. People, you're more than welcome. You want to sound off, you have an opinion, you're more than welcome to come up. We could agree to disagree. It's no big deal at all. I built this platform for people to be able to voice, their opinions. So we might not agree on everything, but we can have a conversation like adults about it. Where you at? You hitting the link? Peanut? Oh, it's not working. Okay, let me try it again. Hold on, y'all. Uh-oh. Hold on. Here we go. Boom. It should work now. Come on up. Let me hear what you got to say. Yeah, but this is the biggest cover-up I've ever seen, ever. Welcome to the stage, Peanut.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
It's such an amazing job, sis. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
The one thing I wanted you to speak about that you didn't speak about was the lady that liked urine.
Oh, yes, gang. Let me tell y'all. Someone pulled the Epstein files. Apparently, Ghislaine Maxwell, had a urine fetish. Hold on, let me pull it up. She had a urine fetish. And let's see. They found out via email. They found out about her urine. I didn't have enough time to pull it and add it. Hold on, I'm going to pull this up. About her urine. Here it goes. Ghislaine Maxwell reveals urine envy in Epstein files email. So she was emailing someone, and I'm getting ready to read this. Now, TMZ released this, y'all. Okay, so Ghislaine Maxwell apparently has a jealous streak just now coming to light, and it relates to a specific act, a urine fetish, and it was recently uncovered in the Jeffrey Epstein file emails. Here's the deal. We just found a 2002 email exchange in the massive trove of Epstein documents released earlier this year between Maxwell and a man named Philip Levine, in which Maxwell asked Levine how he could send her pictures of Baron, I don't know what that is, being unfaithful to her with another woman. So I guess this man sent pictures to Maxwell of him with another woman. And she says, I'm devastated. Tell me he did not pee on her too. At least if he did not do that, I know that he does not feel threatened. So I still hold pride of place. It's unclear if Ghislaine was joking in her email or totally serious. Phillips replies, Barron held his bladder all night. So he basically reassured Ghislaine Maxwell that he didn't urine on his chick that he was cheating on. So he was cheating on Ghislaine and sent pictures.
Oh my God, these comments.
And she got so upset. You laughing. Matthew, you laughing. Yeah, she has a urine fetish, y'all. She has a urine fetish.
Somebody said QR Kelly.
Oh, yeah. Heck, she. But
and then there's another one with the ball with the toddler that looked like a boob.
Yes.
Like I was just
yeah,
like,
she got a urine fetish. Y'all, this is the type of stuff that make me want to dig in that. digging the Epstein files, but I think it's going to start slowing down because normally I have hundreds in here, hundreds. And tonight was kind of slow.
It's
So it
starting to
might
slow
be
down.
slowing down. People might.
It's slowing down only because I think people are getting nervous to report on it. That I think that's the only thing
Yeah.
is that people are starting to get nervous to report on it because at one point, even being pro-black, you were deemed and you was put on the FBI watch list. I was listed on it as being pro-black. So I think people are just getting nervous right now, and that's the only thing that's occurring. But I'm not gonna lie to you. And I told just for the chat, I told my sister early today, I was just like, I see why y'all been going on these rabbit holes. This junk is crazy.
Yeah.
Cause
It gets real crazy.
even Prince Andrew, formerly known as Prince Andrew, he was playing on a carpet with a kid, a toddler that was crawling, with a ball. But then when you zoom in on that ball, it was a whole nipple on the ball. And it was other
Wow.
people
Yeah,
around.
TMZ released that tonight.
Yeah,
TMZ
it was
released
other
that.
people around. And I'm just sitting there. I sent it to my sister and I was just like, I get why you're not letting this go.
Yeah, it's a
I
lot. It's a
I
lot.
get it. Like and I don't mean to laugh. I'm laughing because I'm appalled and I'm shocked that it has gotten to this level and they have been able to continue as long as they did and nobody said anything. But I'm also not shocked at the same time because look how long P. Diddy and R. Kelly went on for.
Yeah, for years.
So they went on for years. So I mean, it is what it is. But
Just the
I just
fact that
wonder.
they're trying to delete
Mhm.
those files and got caught. Here's the thing, you're deleting every file. The DOJ is deleting files that has Trump's name on it, which his name appeared at least 1,000,000 times. They were already out there. People have them. That is not doing anything. That's not, you know what I mean? So it
It's
doesn't
it's
make sense.
it's very sick. It's very sick. But and what I was trying to say yesterday on another channel, I was just like, I get that people want to know and get to the bottom of this case, but it's still stuff like this happening today in today's world, in today's society, in a lot of these churches and a lot of these cults. This stuff is still happening. Like these Mormon churches,
But
they're
yeah, I
still
think so
doing it.
too.
Like they're still doing it. Like it didn't
This
stop with Waco,
is
Texas. I'm sorry, what was that, sis?
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, it was a
No,
whole
someone
nipple
said, I
on that
hope that
ball.
he said, I hope Andrew starts snitching. So, you know what I mean? I think he is going to start talking.
I don't think he's gonna say
Why
anything.
not? He has
I
nothing to
don't think
lose at this point.
he has nothing to lose, but he still has his family that is not going to allow him to say too much.
If
He's
they're
never going to
working,
see
if they're out there and
he's never going to see the light of day again, but they're going to make sure that he is well taken care of. I don't think he's going to tell
I
much.
doubt that.
Even if he does tell anything, I I don't foresee any other charges coming underneath this current administration. I don't see it.
Yeah, but see, he's in a whole nother country. There's different rules. I just played that
in
for
a whole
you.
he's in a whole nother country, so he's gonna get locked up in that country. But what he
Right.
says in
He
that
could be doing
country,
life.
yeah, what he faces anywhere between 10 years up to life in prison. But what he says in that country doesn't necessarily mean that the US is gonna take what he says seriously.
I'm talking about outside of the US. The US is treating this like it's a
They are
joke.
the UK already know. That's why the only reason why the prince, the formerly known Prince Andrew, was protected was because his mother was still alive. The moment that mama transitioned,
No,
his
this came
protection
out
was
way
done.
before.
It
That
came
came
out
out way
well, it
before.
came out way before, but the queen protected him. The queen
I don't
protected
believe that.
him. Yes, she did. She
I
protected
don't
him.
believe that.
The
Because here's
same
the
way.
thing
Mhm.
that None of
Yeah,
this, the files wasn't even out. Like, you know
but
what I'm saying?
his name was already thrown out there. They
Yeah, but the
knew.
new release of the files wasn't out in so much details.
But these rich folks know more than what we know.
Yeah, I believe that. I
They
do
know
believe
more
that.
than what we know. So you can't tell me that it wasn't whispers and stuff going on at that palace or however they call it in the UK. It was whispers.
I mean, they definitely knew because
And it came out. A lot of that stuff came out before she transitioned, which is why she took his title. She took his title away from him. He still was able to
hold
live
on, no,
on royal
he just
land.
when did you okay, let's go back. Let's go back. She didn't take his title. She didn't take his title. You didn't just watch the video how he got stripped of his title because of
He
what's going
was
on in Go ahead.
no, she stripped him.
Okay,
Before
let me
she
read it.
passed, he was stripped.
He just recently was stripped of his title.
He was,
I'm
I
gonna read it.
think,
Hold on. When was Prince Andrew stripped of his title?
okay, so let me apologize. Maybe he may not have been stripped of his title, but he was stripped from royal duties.
2025. Prince Andrew was stripped of his remaining titles on October 30th, 2025. Let me
But
stop
there's
you. Let me
but
check.
there's
I want to check on his mom. Did his mother, the queen, strip him of any titles? Hold on. You're right. Queen Elizabeth removed titles in January 2022. She stripped him of his military titles, his Royal Highness titles. He could no longer use his Royal Highness titles. Let me see why. She did not strip him of the title of Prince or the Duke of York.
Mhm.
What happened? Okay, let me find out why.
Yeah, because eventually, while you're looking at that, eventually, he just moved out of royal. I don't even know the definitions of or how to properly say it because I don't follow the royal. I don't follow the royals.
Oh
But he
wow.
just moved out of
They said
royal
after her
quarters in
passing, King
February.
Charles went even further.
I'm sorry, what was that, sis?
They said King Charles went even further after the passing.
Yeah, he went
King
very
Charles
quickly
went
after
even
her.
further. In late October 2025, he stripped
She,
Andrew of his remaining titles.
yes, it was the
So King
queen that
Charles
had
did that
protected him.
too.
Yeah, it was the queen that protected him. And then once the king passed and he transitioned, um, the brother pretty much kicked him off of royal land. It wasn't even, I don't even know if it's been a full 2 weeks that he has moved out of royal quarters. He's been living on his own. That's where he was
Okay, hold
arrested
on.
at. He wasn't arrested on royal land or however you call it.
No, let's go back. He was stripped. Listen. Queen Elizabeth removed his title because of Virginia Guffrey's sexual assault lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
So because that Virginia filed the lawsuit, that's what I'm saying. Like
They knew. They knew.
probably,
No, it
but
was no probably. They knew. Just like they knew that he was crawling around on that carpet with that toddler playing with a ball that looked like a boob with a whole nipple on it.
I don't know. But here's
You
the
know,
thing: what did she
they
protect
knew.
him from? What did she protect him from?
Dishonor. Dishonor. Because if he would have got wrapped up in any of that, it's gonna be dishonor against the firm. So while she's
Well, he did
protecting
get
him,
wrapped up in it.
she's also protecting the name and the brand and the firm.
I believe she is protecting the
And
name and the brand when she stripped him of the titles. But before that, she wasn't protecting him
it's
with
still
shit.
it's still her
Because
kid.
if she was, they could have paid Virginia out.
It's still her kid at the end of the day. I
Yeah,
feel like,
I agree.
and I also feel like Virginia wasn't accepting no payment. She wanted to be heard. She wanted to be seen. She wanted her story told. So there was no paying her out. in my
She did get
personal
paid.
opinion. Yeah, which is, but
She
her
did. She got
story, she got paid and her story got out there. She didn't want it to be
yeah.
immediately, she didn't want it to be immediately silenced. So
I
the
agree.
queen protected the Prince Andrew, a lot. And once she was gone, it was over for him. It was a slow, slippery slope after that. And then once the
Mm.
dad left, now you got the king, that's the king now. And that's a whole different story with him and Princess Diana. Now he just,
King Charles stripped him of the last couple titles.
and
She
he
did
don't
not
even
remove
deserve to
his
be
prince.
king.
He that
He don't even
let me.
deserve to be king. But it is what it
We
is.
got
But I know we got to get ready to end this.
we got some fans of the royal. We got some fans of the royals. Hold on, we got 73 in the building. They liking the conversation.
He
Um,
was definitely the favorite. Like that's still her kid because even
yeah,
you can always tell who was her favorite kid and who was her favorite grandkid. You can always tell. She
that's
had
crazy.
favorites.
What do you mean Andrew's wife and daughters are next? You think they didn't do anything? You think they're gonna strip them? His wife was no longer his wife. But she did
There
have to
is,
she had to get out that house.
I guess that's what he's referring to. But when he left, they had to leave.
Can y'all please, for the people that still rank in here, can y'all hit the like for me real quick before we close out? Please. That's all I want is likes. I don't ask for nothing else. I don't even put my cash app up here.
And that's the thing, like that I despise about Andrew with his activity. Like you with how you moved, you stopped your ex-wife and your children from being protected.
Yeah, because they had to get out that house. Yeah, they did.
Hmm.
That's messed up.
Yeah,
That's really messed up.
because you like what you like. Like you could have went out here and got any random female. You didn't have to mess with kids. You didn't have to mess with Epstein. You from a whole nother
Right.
country, and now your wife and
I
your
mean, he was
child,
global.
even though the child is grown now, they're still unprotected in a world that they're not familiar with because they had protection. That's the one
Right.
thing I don't respect about Andrew.
Well, we're
And I'm
gonna
saying
see.
Andrew like I know him personally. I don't know that joker.
I hope he does speak up and speak out. I mean,
I don't think he
I think
will.
pressure breaks that you
It
put that pressure. You think he gonna
it
sit in jail? He
I
gonna sit
think
in
he'll
jail? You
sit
think?
I think he'll sit there and he'll eat it unless he cares about his ex-wife and his daughter as much as any person. Like if you like
Ain't no way.
speaking
He
from
old as heck.
from yeah, but speaking for me personally, if you guarantee the safety of my family, I'm gonna tell you whatever you want to hear.
I
Because
think
at
he's
this
gonna talk
point,
because he don't want to die in jail. Who wants to
he
die in jail?
he gonna do that anyway. Because he's facing at least 10 years. He's 66.
Happy birthday, Andrew. It's his birthday today.
66. He's facing 10
Happy
years.
birthday,
Birthday
Andrew.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. But no, he's facing
Meek said
10
no. Meek,
years. He's facing 10 years to life. So if you come up with a position for me and you're telling me that you can guarantee my family's safety, you can get them this, you can get them that, I'm going to tell you whatever you want to hear. I'm going to tell. People tell for less. People be snitching for a double cheeseburger in the interrogation room. So imagine
yeah.
guaranteed safety what they're going to say.
I still cannot believe, y'all, that the Republicans did not show up to less
I don't see why you didn't.
meeting.
I knew that was going to happen. I wasn't even surprised. I laughed when that happened.
That was
I
his right
laughed.
hand man.
I laughed when it
He
happened.
gave Jeffrey over $1 billion. Ugh,
Yeah, but they also trying to distance themselves because keep in mind we're in midterm elections.
yeah.
We're in midterms elections. Like you
Mm.
literally had Trump come here to Fort Bragg and be like, we can't let nobody take over because if they take over, such and such and such and such is gonna happen. He literally was pleading his case to these Fort Bragg soldiers, and they just looking at him like he crazy. I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna be impeached again. He literally had a whole speech here on Fort Bragg. So I am not surprised that none of them Republicans showed up. I'm not.
Yeah.
Because we are in midterm season.
Well,
Y'all make sure
Diamond
y'all go
Gang, I
vote.
don't know if I'm going to continue.
Y'all make sure y'all go vote.
If something else comes about, go vote. If something else comes about with these Epstein files, I will definitely go live on it. But yeah, I just we didn't forget about Alex Preddy. Hey, this is crazy.
Yeah, poor little
So
Alex.
yeah, we
But
ain't talked about him.
he ain't innocent either though.
But there's so much in those Epstein files. It's crazy. So if
It's a
I
lot.
dig up something that's interesting, I will. But I've made sure that I've got that about that 13, 14-year-old girl. Like he
You did
literally
put that
hit
in
her in
there.
the face.
Yeah. I was shocked. I was
That's
definitely
crazy.
shocked. My mouth dropped with that. Like 13.
Someone
My
challenged
daughter,
me my last live. When
my
I told
daughter is 14.
Okay.
My daughter is 14. And you did that to a 13-year-old?
Yeah, 13,
The way
14, he smacked her because, But someone challenged me in my last live stream, called me a liar. I said, okay, Trump is in the Epstein files. The FBI said the 13, 14-year-old, the incident, the witness seemed credible. They were supposed to conduct an investigation and it never happened. So, but all right, gang, we're well over an hour. Like I said, I normally go 45 minutes.
I'm
I
so
want to
proud
thank
of you.
everybody. Thank you for coming through and pulling up. Please hit the like on your way out. Like I said, this is an open platform. You're more than welcome to hit the link. Like we can have a grown folks conversation and agree to disagree. Maybe you want to add something and I will see you guys soon. I try to go live at least 3 times a week, so I got to come back on this week. So possibly Saturday during the day, late afternoon. All right, gang, we are out. Good night. Media assets. I don't know what's going on with it.
It's your under degree. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't.
Thanks to my mods too, all my mods out there. I love y'all.
Nobody know. It's Yolanda degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda degree, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me, spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling this tea. Chilling and sipping his tea.